And we welcome you to the beautiful Paul Taylor Fieldhouse here next to Gustafson Stadium on Calabria Road, just inside 410, Northside ISD facility. It's a big game, a 28-5A girls game tonight. The John Jay Mustangs hosting the Harlandale Indians as the 28-5A district season winds down. 3 games left to play for the Harlandale Indians and the John Jay Mustangs. Let's talk a little bit about what is at stake for these two teams. First of all, John Jay wearing all white. John Jay is playing for a seed here against MacArthur. MacArthur and John Jay will head to they've clinched playoff spots. MacArthur and John Jay have. They're going to go into the Division I playoff bracket by virtue of their enrollments. They've got the 2 largest enrollments of the top 4 teams that qualified. So John Jay still in a hot race with MacArthur for a seeding battle. The team that finishes above the other will take the top seed in Division I playoffs, and the other team will get the second seed in the Division I playoffs. For the Harlandale Indians, a lot at stake for them as well. The Harlandale Indians in 5th place in the race, 2 games behind the Southside Cardinals, and still with their hopes alive for a playoff spot. But for that to happen, the most likely path for that to happen would be for the Harlandale Indians to beat John Jay here tonight. For the Southside Cardinals to take a loss to MacArthur, that would move the Indians to 1 game within Southside. And then on Friday, a big game between the Cardinals and the Indians at Harlandale High School. And should Harlandale win that one, they would be tied and split the season series with each other. And then they have another game to play on the following Tuesday. They would have to have the same result. The Cardinals will play Eagle Pass win, and the Harlandale Indians will play South End. So the Indians here playing tonight to keep their hopes alive. Still haunted by the loss to Southwest earlier in the season. Southwest not a top 4 team in the race, and the Indians dropped the game to a non-top 4. So the only way that you can make up ground once you've done that is you've got to beat a top 4, and lo and behold here at Paul Taylor Gym, the John Jay Mustangs, a top 4 team. So the Indians would have to beat John Jay tonight. The last time they played, it was close, 57-51. We streamed that from Harlandale High School, and it was a very close ball game to the end. The John Jay Mustangs finished up on that game. 57-51 was the final score. And got some breaking news, though, however, here from Paul Taylor Gym that could change the dynamics just a little bit for this game. Nyesha Barnes, 2-time player of the game for RC Audio Sports Streaming and player of the week as well, is not suited up and not warming up. She's leading the Mustangs through their warm-up drills. So the Mustangs will take the Indians on this evening without the services of Nyesha Barnes, a very talented senior and who provides a lot of leadership. As a matter of fact, Nyesha, she'll be representing John Jay at the San Antonio All-Star, San Antonio Sports All-Star basketball game in March, but here it looks to be hobbled, wearing an ankle brace, and doesn't look like she'll be playing tonight. So that's going to change the dynamics just a little bit. Again, RC Audio Sports, you found us on our YouTube channel. While you're here, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so that you're notified every time that we go live. And we're going to take a short break, and we're going to come back with some summaries for these teams. Do not go away.
When you're hit by a motor vehicle, there's nobody that tells you that there's most likely going to be $1 billion insurance company protecting the driver that just hit you. It's a mistake to play in traffic, just like it's a mistake to go against an auto insurance company all alone. When you get into a car crash, don't fight the $1 billion auto insurance companies alone. If you've been injured in a car crash, call Martinez and Associates today at 210-337-1111.
Do you own property that begs for a solution? Tacho Tovar and GBH Real Estate Solutions is here for that. Any condition, any situation, any location. Cash payment. The experts at GBH Real Estate Solutions can handle foundation repair, total interior rough-ins, or any other property need. From start to finish, GBH Real Estate Solutions will be there to make sure the job is done right. Whether the solution is a ground-up project, total renovation, or modernization, Tacho will see it through. Call GBH Real Estate Solutions today, or visit their Facebook page to see many more examples of their fine work. Tacho is waiting to hear from you. Oh, and did we mention? Tacho buys houses.
Once in a lifetime, we stand in the spotlight. The world waits on our next move. Got the keys to the kingdom, tasting the freedom. So what are we gonna do? Nothing's gonna stop us. Nothing's gonna bring us down. You're gonna see me shine, 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 shine. Walking on beams of light, 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 light.
And we welcome you back to the Paul Taylor Gym here, a facility of the Northside Independent School District, where John Jay plays many of their home games. The Harlandale Indians in maroon tonight. You see them there on your screen. 14 and 15 so far for the season. 8-8 in non-district play. 6-7 in district play. They're sitting in 5th place, 2 games out behind the Southside Cardinals with 3 games to play. Still an outside hope for the Indians to get in the playoffs, but not likely to happen if they cannot if they're not victorious here tonight. The Harlandale Indians, coached by Coach Mulkey, assisted by Rudy Fernandez and Vicky De Los Santos. Coach Mulkey in his 5th year as the Harlandale High School head coach. He's qualified for the playoffs in his first 4 years as the head coach. And however, Harlandale girls basketball has not won a playoff game, has not made it to the second round since 2012. So Coach Mulkey and this Indian group trying to break that streak. The Harlandale Indians, again, 6-7, and they will be facing the John Jay Mustangs, who are coached by Timothy Green, and Coach Green is assisted by Joshua LaCour and Christina Lita. Congratulations to Christina Lita, who was just named the Texas High School Coaches Association Regional Assistant Coach of the Year. That's Christina Lita, who was an assistant coach for the John Jay Mustangs and is an assistant coach here for the girls basketball team as well, for the Mustangs volleyball team and the girls basketball team. The Mustangs are, for the season, they're 22-9, they're 12-6 in non-district play, 10-3 in a virtual tie with MacArthur for a second place. The MacArthur Brahmas and the John Jay Mustangs will play in the D1 playoffs, so those two still in a hot race for the for seeding in Division One. As we said earlier, Nyesha Barnes not suited out today, so the Mustangs will play without her services. Nyesha, of course, the leader on this team, is senior, and will represent the John Jay Mustangs in the San Antonio Sports All-Star Basketball game that will be played in March 23rd. Not suited up tonight. Speaking of the San Antonio Sports All-Star game, speaking of the San Antonio Sports All-Star Basketball game, we will tell you that the Harlandale Indians also represented in that game. They will be represented by Camila Sosa and Julia Barajas, a couple of seniors on this team, and Camila and Julia will represent the Harlandale Indians March 23rd in the San Antonio Sports All-Star basketball game. You've found us here on our YouTube channel. Robert Villafranca at the table. Bobby Mendez will be joining us shortly. Reese Hernandez Robinson will be doing the camera work and expert camera work that he does. Glad to have Reese anytime that he's available for us. So Reese will be behind the camera today. You found us on our YouTube channel. While you're here, subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you're notified every time that we go live. This is a late start, of course, at Paul Taylor Gym. Triple headers just about every Tuesday and Friday night, 5 o'clock, a 6:30, and an 8 o'clock start. John Jay and Harlandale drew the 8 o'clock start. So a lot of games around 28-5A will be finishing while we are playing. If you are subscribed, you can chat. And if you want to give us updates on scores around the district, you are certainly welcome to do that. And especially if you're watching this game from somewhere not nearby, let us know. We're always happy to know that we are providing the ability to watch and cheer for your favorite Harlandale or John Jay athlete. For those of you who are not able to make it in person. So we'd like to know about you guys as well. Again, Robert Villafranca from the Paul Taylor Gym on the RC Audio Sports YouTube channel. We will be right back.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Texas, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Join the legacy today and become a teacher for Harlandale ISD. Here at Harlandale, we offer many benefits for you and your family, competitive pay, and a starting salary for teachers of $58,000. We offer teacher stipends for teaching bilingual classes, coaching, special education, and more. Here at Harlandale, we are inspiring our students to be the change. Join us today and make a difference tomorrow. Apply now at harlandale.net/apply.
Ready! Set! Go! It's a bad idea to run a foot race against these guys, just like it's a bad idea to go up against the billion-dollar auto insurance industry all alone.
Hire Martinez and Associates. With us, it's personal.
You're gonna see me shine, 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 shine. Walking on beams of light, 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 light.
And we welcome you back to the Paul Taylor Gymnasium here, a facility of the Northside Independent School District. The John Jay Mustangs hosting the Harlandale Indians in a 28-5A girls basketball game tonight. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for. And let's see who Coach Mulkey will send out as starters here this evening.
Number 3, freshman Layla Silva.
Layla Silva is as a freshman for the Harlandale Indians, averaging a little over a point and a little over 1 rebound per game. Number 13, Julia Barajas, senior, will represent the Harlandale Indians at the San Antonio Sports All-Star girls basketball game. And Camila Sosa, also a senior, averaging 13 points and 7 rebounds a game. 22 is Sadie Mancha. Boy, what a week she had last week. She is the leading scorer for the Indians, 14.5 points and rebounding 8, having 8 rebounds a game. Number 1, Adelaide Rios, is a sophomore in the team, a guard. For the John Jay Mustangs, Coach Green is going to send out Jalen Arevalo, and Alicia Rosa Shinice Davis, wears number 11 for the Mustangs. And Claire Gutierrez, also a senior. Claire is the daughter of football head coach Gary Gutierrez, and finally number 31, Emery Baldwin, a junior guard here, averaging over 5 points per game and a little over 3 rebounds per game. So you have starting lineups here, big game. John Jay battling for a seed in the D1 playoffs with MacArthur. Harlandale hanging on to just a very thin thread here. 2 games out behind the Southside Cardinals, and with only 3 games remaining. So a big game for the Indians if they can find a way to be victorious against this very powerful John Jay girls basketball team. It would make for a very interesting game next Friday at Harlandale against Southside. Of course, we're waiting to see that result as well. Southside is hosting MacArthur on their court. From the far corner, it's Adelaide Reyes with the 3, and Arevalo will come up with a board, a quick tie-up. Camila Sosa and Layla Silva will tie her up. The jump ball will go white to John Jay. So Jalen Arevalo, we've seen her play a few games, very dynamic, great ball handler. Out there in the break, Emery Baldwin looks for some baseline, and a quick call here on Camila Sosa. Call for a block. So 1 team foul, 1 personal foul. Camila owns it. And the Mustangs will inbound underneath their bucket. Deep into the count, Adelaide Rios on the floor with it. And here comes Julia Barajas, head up looking for some early offense. Pull back, we'll try to get to Claire Emery. Baldwin will meet her at the basket and turn that shot away. A block for Emery. Inbound to Sadie. Sadie off the glass and good. We're getting a score from Harlandale High School. We're getting a score here, and right off the bat, it says Harlandale 80, John Jay 60. So the Indians with a big win over the Jay Mustangs on their home court. And we'll look for confirmation on that. A 20, just back-to-back, just big wins for the Indians. If this proves to be true, they just beat Southwest on Tuesday, and then the Mustangs, last Friday, and then the Mustangs here on Tuesday night. Harlandale up here in the court in the game that we're calling here at the Paul Taylor Gym. Julia will inbounds and will take it deep. That's Adelaide Rios. Looks to swing it, but holds on. Hands off to Julia. Claire Gutierrez playing defense way out here, harassing her. She's going to have to give that up, Julia is. To Camila near corner. Layla Silva from behind the arc. Basket, count it. So a quick 5-point lead for the Harlandale Indians. As we said, you may have noticed that Nyesha Barnes not on the floor for John Jay. Not suited up tonight, wearing an ankle brace, so I don't expect to see her tonight. Jalen Arevalo to the basket. No one will stop her, but unable to convert. And here comes Julia Barajas. Julia crosses Chinese into the basket. She's fouled on her shot on a shot attempt, so she's got 2 shots coming. Julia Barajas, a senior. I think we've mentioned a couple of times. She'll represent Harlandale at the San Antonio Sports All-Star girls basketball game in March. Julia is a 62% free throw shooter. 2 shots coming off the back of the rim, and good for Julia. Number 5 enters the ball game. Madison Campos for Layla Silva. And Barajas good. 2 for 2 on that trip to the line. Madison Campos draws the defensive assignment on Jalen Arevalo. She's tough. It's hard to keep her in front of you. She's going to toss that one back out to Emery. Emery can't hold on to it. I beg your pardon. That is an Alicia over there on the far sideline. And Camila, the Indians very aggressive to the basket, and Sosa will be fouled, and she's got 2 shots coming. Claire Gutierrez called for that foul. First personal foul on Claire. 3 team fouls for the Mustangs in the early going, not just inside 6 minutes, and 3 team fouls for the Mustangs. That could be trouble for them if they keep the Indians in the bonus for long here. Sosa good on 1 of 2 of her shots here on that trip. And Alicia Rosa will initiate the offense here for the Mustangs. Sosa will draw that defense. She tries to cross. Sosa, an excellent defender. And Baldwin will step back on Adelaide basket. Good. Julia to the wing. Camila put it on the floor. Claire in the passing lane. She's got it. She's out in front. Sadie gonna make her change directions, but can't keep her from scoring. Claire Gutierrez. Sadie will kick out. Adelaide Rios is going to get harassed. Chinese in the dribble, and she'll be called for a foul. Foul number 4 for the Mustangs. So the next whistle, and for the rest of the first quarter, the Indians will go to the line on every whistle. Sosa will get a break, and Madison Campos will come back in. So it's Madison, Layla, Sadie, Adelaide, and Julia for Harlandale. For the Mustangs, it's Claire, Shanice, Isabella, Emery, and Annalicia for the Mustangs. Handoff to Layla. Claire, boy, she's tough on defense. Adelaide will pick it up. She's a lot of perimeter defense. Julia has a hard time finding the handle on that. It'll be Emery Baldwin that comes up with it, crosses Sadie, and she's going to go into the lane. Sadie somehow plays defense from behind, pokes it out, and the Indians will regain possession on that. Great defense by Sadie Mancha. She was behind the basketball, and don't let anybody tell you that you can't play defense with the ball out in front. Sadie relentless with her defense and pokes that dribble through, regains possession. Julia Barajas looks like a zone for the Mustangs. They've been out here, a lot of defensive pressure out in front. And from the near corner off the rim, Sadie with a big board. The Indians will get another chance. Layla from Julia will kick it back out to Julia. Julia into the lane. She's going to go a little soft. Teardrop there into the basket. 10-5 for the Indians. Claire Gutierrez on the wing is going to reset. Julia Barajas, and Sadie will try to close in on her. Chinese to the basket. She'll be fouled off the glass. No good. So only the second team foul for the Indians. First team foul for Adelaide Rios. Foul Chinese on the shot. 2 shots coming. Chinese Davis good on her first shot. A 62% free throw shooter Chinese is. Just an all-around athlete. Really enjoyed watching her on the volleyball court, and have enjoyed watching her every chance we get here on the basketball court. She's an all-around athlete. Understand that she might also play soccer. We know that she stands out in track and field, and we can't wait for the track season to watch her compete there too. Chinese good on 2 for 2 on that trip. Camila will walk it up across to Julia, and Julia back over to Camila. Playing catch, Sosa and Barajas. Adelaide Rios gets herself out of the corner, keeps the dribble alive, and Claire will poke at it, but unable to reach. Camila from behind the arc. A little long, no good, and Julia with another board. Pulls back, and Alicia, great defense, over to Sadie. Sadie, straight up 3, behind in the back of the rim, no good. Emery and Layla fighting for the ball, a tie-up, and this time the arrow points to the Indians. And Alicia Rosa will take a break. Number 12 for John Jay is Kaylin Contreras. Sadie probes the defense, and there's Claire again in the passing lane. Boy, she lives in the passing lanes. Got some great steals on the streams that we have watched her play. It just does a great job off the ball. Adelaide Rios, a running jumper, no good. Sadie will pull it from Chinese and kick out. Camila got some space, likes to look, no good. And Emery Baldwin will get down court. Kaylin Contreras can't control. Ball back in Baldwin's hands. She's going to pull back, create some space. Off the rim, no good. Camila with the board, looking down court, and Kaylin will knock it out of bounds. Little action here at the scorer's table. Basketball comes up here. Reese, nice pass back into the court, Reese. Showing some passing skills to go along with his camera work. Camila back to Barajas, playing catch in front of that 1-2-2 zone. Layla Silva takes a look and brings it back. Julia to the corner, Adelaide. Camila again, good space, nice arc, net. Nothing but net. 13-7, the Indians open up a 6-point lead. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to play in the first quarter here at Paul Taylor. Jalen Arevalo looks to take it to the rack, and good defense by Layla Silva. Julia Barajas does not have numbers, but she may go anyway. Up and under on Baldwin. She's called for a travel. And here comes number 22 is Michaela Garcia, a freshman. Will come in for Shanice Davis. You've heard us talk a lot about Michaela Garcia. Michaela also stood out on the volleyball court, a front row player for the Mustangs, and just a high ceiling that kid's got in volleyball and basketball. Michaela Garcia out on the court now. Mustangs, as you might expect, struggling a little bit with their offense without Nyesha in the lineup. Sadie will get the pass at the stripe and then throw the ball away. Baldwin, little push off, no whistle. Isabel Tropel will lose the handle to Layla Silva. Layla looks down court. Adelaide is quick. Julia Barajas behind the arc, and Jalen playing some good defense on her. In traffic. And Michaela Garcia with the steal. Boy, she's strong in the paint, offensively and defensively. Just unable to keep a hold. It looked like she had Kaylin open at the block, but just could not deliver. And Alicia Rosa back in the ballgame. Shanice Davis back in the ballgame. Kaylin and Jalen Arevalo. Kaylin Contreras and Jalen Arevalo will take a break. Low-scoring game here so far in the first quarter. Layla Silva put the ball on the floor, kick it out. Barajas looking for a screen from Sadie. Instead hands it off to Camila Sosa. Sadie playing in the donut there, trying to find the hole in the zone. Layla to Adelaide at the block, and that gets turned away by Michaela Garcia. A block and a steal for Michaela in the early going. Has only been in there a couple of minutes, so in a couple of stat lines. And Alicia Rosa up front. We'll give it up Julia Barajas with the steal. She's going to take that against an Alicia at 360 off the glass, no good. Baldwin with the board out to Shanice, and Shanice looking down court. She's got Michaela. Michaela alone, glass, good. First quarter winding down. Layla Silva out behind the arc. Sadie Mancha, nice turnaround basket. Sadie. Okay, that's the quarter here at Paul Taylor Gym. We got a correction on the score. It was John Jay 80 and Harlandale 60 on the boys side. So John Jay winning that game, and had an incorrect score here to start off with. So we want to correct that. John Jay 80, Harlandale 60 on the boys side. Between quarters here gives us an opportunity to tell you about Presidio Concrete, and in business for 3 years. Already have done the concrete work at Veterans Memorial Stadium at Judson ISD. Have done the concrete work at the Gorilla Enclosure at the San Antonio Zoo. Big jobs or small jobs, don't let that intimidate you. If you're a homeowner and would like work done on your property, They are as good at pouring driveways and porches and slabs as they are at pouring the Gorilla enclosures. The phone number is right there on the screen for you, 210-784-7222. When you call, that's probably going to be Hector Gonzalez that's going to pick up the call. When he picks it up, tell him that you heard about Presidio Concrete on RC Audio Sports. So again, a correction on the score from Harlandale. John Jay 80, Harlandale 60. The John Jay Mustangs running the table on 28-5A boys. And a win for the Mustangs. Julia Barajas out in front, and Alicia Rosa will try to slow her down. Turns her away. Baldwin with the board. They've got numbers. Michaela again out in front of Camila. Little block, Michaela, good. Michaela out in front of the fast break on last couple of opportunities. Adelaide Rios from behind the arc, nylon for Adelaide. So nice answer from Adelaide after the fast break basket for John Jay. Michaela delivering. Handoff to Isabella. Isabella will draw one of Harlandale's toughest defenders there, Camila. And Alicia Rosa to the rack is good. Adelaide running the point. Julia Barajas has gone over to the wing. A bounce pass to Camila. And Adelaide will be defended by Alicia Rosa. The Indians swing that ball around. Julia to the lane, and she is fouled. So the foul's reset at the end of the quarter. That will be the second foul for Emery Baldwin. And the Mustangs are going to have to be careful about that. Without Naisha's services, Emery Baldwin, I don't know that Coach Green wants to play without Emery and Naisha. So Baldwin will have to be careful with her fouls going forward. Julia Barajas, good for 50% of the free throws on that trip. And Alicia Rosa draws defense from Layla Silva in the backcourt. Shanice over to Claire. Claire can hit the three, and so can Shanice. Shanice will turn baseline off the glass and good. Nice 360 for Shanice as she found some space on the baseline, got to the rack and scored. Camila swings it around. Julia go to the basket again. Layla Silva, Shanice will defend. Long, and Michaela Garcia with a big board and a whistle. Sadie Mancha and Michaela Garcia, competitors, but sportsmen as well. Shaking it off and all smiles as they come away from that. Michaela out to Annalicia, and Annalicia will step back, kill her dribble. Claire from the far corner, a little bit long. Michaela with a big board there, deflected to Shanice. She can't handle it. Adelaide will come up with it. Mustangs hustling back to defense. Camila on the baseline. Claire will stand her ground. Baldwin with another board. So not too many second chance points for the Indians. The Mustangs doing a great job on the defensive glass. Shanice over to Michaela again, off the window, good. Michaela Garcia, man, she is tough to stop anywhere on the court, but if she gets the ball facing the bucket on the block, good luck. 19-17, the Mustangs have closed the gap to 2. Second quarter here at Paul Taylor into Sadie. Sadie will draw Michaela, push it out. Shanice almost gets a hand on it. And a double dribble. Layla Silva will be called, freshman guard, will be called for a double dribble. So 17-19, the Mustangs here with an opportunity to tie or perhaps go ahead for the first time this game. And Alicia gets by Layla. Michaela at the free throw line. Adelaide over the top. Shanice from behind the block. Long and out of bounds. The Indians will bring it back up. The ball going out of bounds, of course, allows the Mustangs to set their defense. So the Indians back in their half-court offense. Julia senses the double and attacks it. Adelaide Rios comes back to Julia. Also right through the double off the glass. Julia, boy, that was magic. Barajas. Emery Baldwin will draw Julia Barajas' defense. Claire's got some space, but she's going to give that one up to Michaela. Michaela with a little bit of a push off. No whistle. Adelaide Rios, I think, got away with a push on Michaela. And Michaela can't hang on to the pass. It's out of bounds. Jalen Arevalo back in the game. Claire Gutierrez will take a break. Back and forth go the Indians against this zone. Oh, Shanice in the passing lane almost had a break for herself. Ball off the Indians, so we'll call that a steal for Shanice nonetheless. So the Indians in a travel, uncontested, unforced error. Don't see Jalen do that. I don't know that we've ever seen Jalen do that. She's disappointed in herself. Lost focus just a little bit. It happens. Camila head fake to the basket. Oh boy, just no path to the iron. And she's lucky to get that one back. Shanice just had a ceiling on her along with Emery Baldwin. I don't know that ball had a path to get up 10 feet. Sadie in the donut, off the glass, no good. Michaela creates an obstacle, coast to coast. Michaela Garcia off the window and good. One-man fast break, Michaela Garcia is. At least she was on that opportunity. 21-19, again, the Mustangs within 2. Camila from behind the arc, and the Mustangs with some strong defensive rebounding. The Indians just not getting many second chances. Somehow Camila gets the ball back. Julia down the baseline. Boy, a lot of traffic there, but the Indians very aggressive in getting to the rack. Emery Baldwin, Shanice again meeting the dribbler, but the Indians just intent on driving that baseline. Baldwin from behind the arc, nylon for Baldwin. So the Mustangs will take their first lead of the ball game, 22-21, just under the 3-minute mark. Sadie's going to try to answer, no good. Shanice with the board, and we've got a timeout on the floor. The timeout's going to give us an opportunity to tell you about Southside Real Estate Professionals. If you've been watching our streams, you know all about them. A group of women realtors, all alums of San Antonio ISD and Harlandale ISD. Much of their work and much of their heart is here on the south side of San Antonio. Besides their professional realty work, they have participated, contributed to many projects at schools and community organizations here on the south side of town. But their day job is real estate. And if you are interested in buying a home, selling a home, if you're thinking about investing in real estate, there's the number is right there on the screen, 210-291-4002. Give them a call, no pressure. If you just want to learn more about it, this call, let them know that you'd like to be talked through the process, and they'd be happy to do that. When you call them, let them know that you heard about them on RC Audio Sports. And we are back at Paul Taylor, 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And the Mustangs have just finished taking their first lead of the ballgame. Timeout by Green will pivot. Michaela off the window and good again. My goodness, what a game that Michaela is having on the block. As she's fouled, she has an opportunity for an and one. Michaela in double digits, just scored her 10th point. And we welcome Bobby Mendez to the table. Bobby, Michaela Garcia is having a great night here tonight. This is an and one opportunity for her. And a little short on that. The J Mustangs with their first lead of the game here. They took a lead 22-21, now 24-21. from the far arc, Adelaide Rios. No iron on that one. Bobby, of course, it's tax season. We know you got those appointments, and you got to do some work there. Glad to have you here.
Great luxury to be crunching some numbers all day and then now get here to watch some really good competitive basketball.
Julia Barajas, the ball gets knocked away before she gets up, and here come the Mustangs all tied up. Baldwin out to Michaela. Michaela will take a step, no whistle. Harlandale faithful wanted to travel on that. And Alicia Rosa, no good, but Baldwin will come up with a board. And Alicia Rosa, another board. The Mustangs doing a little bit better on their offensive glass on the Harlandale Indians. 24-24 is the score.
I often notice, Coach, just my observation on what could have possibly been called a traveling violation is if you really look good making that move, you could probably get away with it. And she's such a great shooter. I did see a couple of shuffles there, but again, if you're looking like you know what you're doing most of the time, you're not going to get that call.
Speaking of knowing, looking like you know what you're doing, Michaela with another defensive board, and all tied up here at 24. Jalen Jalen let the ball get up over his shoulders. Everybody behind us who's rooting for Harlandale thought that was going to be a carry, but instead Layla Silva is called for a little push-off.
Well, I thought that would have been the call as well. I was surprised to see that that was not the call.
In the official's defense there, we didn't know what was going on the other side of that play. Sadie on Shinice. Shinice to the glass. Can't convert. Gets her own board. Puts it back up, and she's fouled. A couple of misses and a rebound for Shinice, but she'll get to make up for some of that at the free throw line. Shinice Davis, as we said earlier, 62% free throw shooter. All tied up. Bobby just getting to the table with us. Nyesha Barnes not available tonight.
Oh boy, that's a big loss there for the Mustangs.
Didn't suit out. We're in an ankle brace. Was helping the team through pregame warm-up, so it doesn't look like anything really serious. Maybe Coach Green just being careful. The Mustangs have already clinched a playoff berth, and they're going to the Division I bracket with the MacArthur Brahmas. So an opportunity to be cautious. Layla Silva and Julia Barajas playing catch. Julia will swing it to Adelaide. Julia into the lane. That ball gets knocked away. It was Jalen Arevalo knocks the ball away from Julia's drive. Then Adelaide Rios goes to the floor to tie it up. Arrow pointing to the Indians.
Coach, I know you're talking about Barnes not being able to be in there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but she's had Player of the Week honors on our RC Audio Sports.
She has her Player of the Week. She's been two-time Player of the Game, and she's also going to represent John Jay in the San Antonio Sports All-Star Girls Basketball game. So she's the leader. She's a senior, and certainly Coach Green is having to make some adjustments, as all of the John Jay basketball team is having to make some adjustments with Barnes on the bench. And Alicia Rosa, left-handed dribble to the rack. Off the rim, no good. Arevalo with the board and another tie-up. I think the arrow will point to the Mustangs this time. 24 seconds to play in the first half. 25-24, the Mustangs took the lead here late in the second quarter, and they're holding on to that. With 5-second count, just missed the 5-second count. Baldwin picks up her dribble. She's in trouble. Out to Claire. Claire can hit that. A little bit short on the attempt. 16 seconds. Camila with the ball. Out in front with Julia. Julia. Oh, a lot of contact. No foul. No whistle. Here comes Shanice. She's got numbers. She's going to take it herself. Off the window. No good. Claire to Jalen. Jalen left-handed. No good. Shanice cannot convert.
Well, certainly the Mustangs there had an opportunity to increase their lead just a tad bit before the break, Coach, but they were unable to put it in after a few offensive boards.
So 25-24 is the score here at halftime. We're at the Paul Taylor Gym. You're watching the game on RC Audio Sports YouTube channel.
The 2025 San Antonio Sports All-Star Basketball Game Media Day took place at the Alamo Dome this morning. The KSAT 12 sports team caught up with the top high school senior basketball players from all over the San Antonio area. The All-Star Games include 4 games, a skills challenge, and a 3-point contest. Alamo Heights head coach Andrew Brewer will be coaching the boys' white team made up of Class 5A through 1A talent, and coach isn't worried about having to teach the fundamentals.
Well, you can't do much because you only have them for 2 practices. So if you try to install something sophisticated, they're not going to do it anyway. So, make them play defense, make them compete, share the ball as much as you possibly can. No, we don't have to do much. The guys are going to go compete, and it'll be fun.
The full rosters were just released on our website at ksat.com, so make sure to go and see who made this year's rosters. Last year's All-Star basketball game was a great time, so round 2 should be even better.
Such a good game.
We're at halftime here at the Paul Taylor Gym facility of the Northside ISD. One of the venues where John Jay plays its home games. And so we have an opportunity to tell you about Southside Real Estate Professionals, a group of women realtors, all alums of San Antonio ISD and Harlandale ISD. Their heart and their business, much of it is on the south side of town. If you are interested in buying a home, selling a home, if you're thinking about investing in homes, Southside Real Estate Professionals can guide you through the process. The phone number is there on the screen, 210-291-4002. No pressure on the phone call. Let them know that you just want to learn more about it, and they'll do that without any commitment. But if you're ready, whether you're ready or you want to learn more, the number's on the screen. When you call them, let them know that you heard about them on RC Audio Sports. And we are back at Paul Taylor Gym here, venue of the Northside Independent School District. Robert Villafranca alongside Bobby Mendez-Reese, Hernandez Robinson doing the camera work for us tonight. And we thank you for joining us while you're here. As we always remind you, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to our channel, hit the bell icon. You'll know every time we go live. Halftime, so we get to tell you about Presidio Concrete. We love telling you about Presidio Concrete, a new to the sponsorship team, but we're very thankful for them. Presidio Concrete has been in business for 3 short years. In those 3 years, they have already done the work at Veterans Memorial Stadium at Judson ISD. They've done the gorilla enclosure at the San Antonio Zoo. What a mark they have made on the industry in those 3 short years. But don't let those big jobs intimidate you. If you're a homeowner and need work done on your property, they'd be happy to self-contract with you and pour a porch or a driveway or a slab for your barbecue pit. Presidio Concrete, large or small, if you're a general contractor who has won a bid and it's got concrete as part of the aspect of the project, Presidio Concrete, make sure that they are sub-bidding on your project, that they know about your project and that they sub-bid on it. If you're a homeowner, Presidio Concrete is the people to call. The phone number is right there on the screen, 210-784-7222. When you call them, let them know you heard about them on RC Audio Sports.
I've been working for Harlandale for 23 years. I'm the first person they see, and I like to work with kids. Here at Harlandale, we're a team. And when it comes to delivering the kids safely to school, we all work together and we accomplish the mission.
Join Harlandale ISD as a bus driver and become a vital part of our education community. Enjoy a fulfilling career with competitive pay starting at $19 an hour. Apply today at harlandale.net/apply.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Texas because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Once in a lifetime, we stand in the spotlight. The world waits on our next move. Got the keys to the kingdom, tasting the freedom. So what are we gonna do? Nothing's gonna stop us. Nothing's gonna bring us down.
You're gonna see me shine, 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 shine. Walking on beams of light, 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 light.
And we welcome you back to the Paul Taylor Gymnasium, the site of tonight's 28 5A girls basketball team between John Jay and the Harlandale Indians. Paul Taylor usually hosts a triple header, a 5 o'clock game, a 6:30 game, an 8 o'clock game. We drew the 8 o'clock game. So.
Well, it's 8 o'clock game's not too shabby, though.
Oh, I like it.
I mean, it's gives us time to get here, don't have to fight traffic. But I will like to transition to a public service announcement.
Okay, go ahead.
The reason for me being about 15 minutes late is how important it is to have your documents all together.
And we're talking about Superior Tax, the founder and owner of Superior Tax. Bobby, tell us about that.
A lot of times, if we have insurance through the marketplace, the healthcare.gov, you need that document to file your taxes. Otherwise, you will get a rejection. If you don't even know you had it, and maybe you were trying to figure out whether you wanted it or not, and you may have accidentally signed up, then you still need that document. But that could cause a rejection, and then causing you to need that form, and then resend it. So just a little public service announcement.
All right, and that's...
You're gonna see me shine, 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 shine. Walking on beams of light, 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 light.
224-5000. That's area code 210-224-5000. And when you call Bobby, let him know that you heard about him on RC Audio Sports. They got girls basketball. We got tax tips. We got traffic tips. We got all kinds of stuff.
You got it all when you walk in there. We can even talk basketball if you want. Ladies basketball.
But first, weather. What's the weather like out there, Bobby?
The weather, I cannot profess to be a expert in the weather field, but I can tell you what it looks like, and it looks messy.
Messy, okay. Yeah. So that's
I can't predict that you're going to see rain or even snow, but I can tell you what it looks like currently.
All right. Well, we're approaching the 1 minute mark before we start the third quarter. I do want to make sure that that you heard my correction. If you heard a score earlier, I was misinformed, and I reported that Harlandale boys had beaten Jay, and that turned out not to be true. So I want to make sure that we've corrected that. The John Jay Mustangs boys basketball team is running the table on 28 5A boys, and they continue to do that with a win at Harlandale High School this evening. John Jay hosting the Harlandale Indians. This is a big one with all kinds of playoff implications for both teams. As we said, John Jay fighting for that seeding spot with MacArthur. John Jay and MacArthur have clinched a dance ticket. They're going to the dance, and they're going to the D1 dance. So MacArthur and John Jay, one will be top seed, the other will be second seed. The Indians are 2 games behind Southside. And
they're looking to get into the dance.
They're looking to get into the dance. Hopes are tenuous, and an earlier loss to Southwest kind of put them behind the 8 ball. They lost to a team that was not in the top 4. And the only way that you can come back from something like that is to beat a team that is in the top 4. Here's John Jay. They've got an opportunity here. And a little bit of a golden opportunity the Indians have without Nyasha Barnes on the floor. So the Indians a little bit of an extra opportunity to get a win. John Jay Mustangs having to play without Nyasha. Of course, they are solid down the roster without him. Alicia Rosa and Claire Gutierrez, Shanice Davis, Emery Baldwin, Jalen Arevalo will start the second half for the Mustangs. And that's a pretty solid lineup. Julia Barajas with the dribble. She draws Shanice and defense. Julia, and looks like the Mustangs out of their zone, playing a little bit more man, and see if the Indians can adjust to that. They saw a zone defense the entire first half. So they swing it around. Sadie, little pump fake on Claire. Claire doesn't take it. Adelaide will challenge Arevalo, and she gets the ball up on the rim, but no good. Nice board by Emery Baldwin. Jalen Arevalo running the point for the Mustangs. Hands it off to Rosa. Rosa to Shinice. Back over to Arevalo. She likes that little circle. Oh, man. And the square as well. Basket. Arevalo. Arevalo's got that left-handed layup, man. Very effective. A running jumper off the glass by Julia Barajas. And it's a nice bucket.
Well, both good aggressive takes to the basket, both for the Mustangs, and a great response there for the Indians by Barajas.
Good quick answer. Barajas finds Shanice, pass just slightly overthrown, and Shanice unable to get her hands on it, out of bounds. So the Indians, trailing by 1, can retake the lead that they held for most of the first half. The Mustangs will stay in a man defense. Sadie out to Julia. Adelaide out in front. Sadie draws Claire. She's going to take her to the bucket. 360 spin off the rim, no good. Baldwin with the board. Here comes Arevalo. Arevalo will cross on Layla Silva. Cross again, and down to Claire. Claire's got a lot of space, but maybe a little bit out of her range. Wisely resets. Arevalo handoff to Rosa. Rosa into the lane will get turned away. Shanice will take her shot in the paint. Off her knees. Baldwin will save her. And basket, Baldwin.
Good look to the basket. Plenty of time to get set and make the shot, and 3 points on the board.
Barajas fouled on her take. Ball hung up there on the rim. Indian faithful were hoping that would come through, but it did not. 2 shots for Julia Barajas. A little short on that attempt. And 1 for 2, Barajas is. Barajas will be representing the Indians on the in the San Antonio Sports All-Star Girls Basketball game. That's March 23rd.
Well deserved. Always great stats when we're looking at what the district is doing. Barajas always in that conversation of top players in this district.
I think she's shown up, and players also considered just about every week. And Notable Nights, she's a regular member of the Notable Nights post. So Julia Barajas, a 4-year starter here for the Indians. A little bit of a take, kicks out, and that's Layla Silva, cannot convert. Here comes Rosa, gets the ball poked out by Camila. Julia, maybe numbers, maybe not. She's going to take Arevalo. Arevalo will...
That defensive spark, though, Coach, started by Camila Sosa there. Coach Mulkey, just moments before, getting on her, asking her, hey, play some defense. You may have heard him tell her, but there you go. She poked the ball away.
There you go. I love to see defense, and a lot of times when a player does not give up just simply because the ball is out in front of him. Sadie on Baldwin, one-on-one. She's going all the way. Baldwin will get the block. Sadie will get the basket.
Great determination there by Mancha. She saw that she had a lane and there was one defender there, and she was able to create that contact and try to get this ball game knotted up here in the third quarter.
Baldwin got a little bit deep. I think I think Mancha saw that she was vulnerable and that she was going to take it to the rack, and she did. Really too late to get the charge call there where Baldwin set up her defense.
Oh, Shinice getting way up in the air there for that board.
Baldwin behind the arc. She's second one we've seen. And nothing but nylon for Baldwin. We've got a timeout on the court. We are going to take it with them. You're watching high school basketball on the RC Audio Sports YouTube channel. And we bring you back to the Paul Taylor Gym. Robert Villafranca alongside Bobby Mendez, Reese, Hernandez, Robinson with the excellent camera work. As always, a big game here in 28-5A. The Indians 2 games behind Southside with 3 games remaining. And I mean, there is a path. There is a path without a win here tonight, but it would require the Indians to beat Southside and then Southside to lose to win. To lose to the Win Mavericks, and just judging by the way the season has gone, that would not be the likeliest of outcomes. So with the steering wheel in their hands, the Indians can put that race back in play with a win here tonight. Sadie draws Claire. Sadie will kick out. Julian to the lane. Rosa will commence to go elsewhere. Camila Sosa with a basket, and got a player on the floor. We are going to take a break while they tend to her.
Ready! Set! Go! It's a bad idea to run a foot race against these guys, just like it's a bad idea to go up against the billion-dollar auto insurance industry all alone.
Hire Martinez and Associates. With us, it's personal.
And we bring you back to Paul Taylor. That was Claire Gutierrez. You see her making her way to the bench under her own power. There, a little ginger on the left ankle. But the trainers will tend to her.
But right before that, Camila Sosa, coach, doing a fantastic job of finding herself open at the top of the key and getting the Indians back within 1.
Layla Silva will try to defend Alicia Rosa. Great dribbler she is, great ball handler. Jalen Arevalo will draw Camila. Michaela will turn around and kick back out to Arevalo. Arevalo back to Michaela. Oh, ouch. A lot of head-to-head contact there. Michaela and Julia got an owie. They're okay. Neither one of them looking over to the bench. I don't think that they want to leave the game.
I don't think either one of them want to look at the bench.
Camila and Michaela will stay in the ballgame. Julia and Michaela will stay in the ballgame. Sadie from the left side of the paint to the basket is good. The Indians will retake the lead. And Alicia Rosa keeps her dribble alive over to Emery. Emery's had 2 big threes this quarter. Back over to Jalen. Jalen gives it a thought, but a little bit out of her range. And Alicia Rosa in the paint, back out to Emery, and a little heat check for her. Shanice way up. Adelaide Rios will knock it away, but boy, how about the leaping ability of Shanice Davis?
And add that leaping ability with the great length of her legs and her arms, and great defensive hustle there by Adelaide Rios.
She's an athlete. We saw that on the volleyball court as well. I'm looking forward to seeing her compete on the track and field events. Shanice Davis, a senior for the Mustangs. Jalen, left-handed, hard to stop when she gets a head of steam there. The Indians won't stop her on that trip. Julia Barajas will set, and Alicia Rosa will be up on her. Michaela will be up on Camila. Sadie, kick out Adelaide. Pass was a little bit short. She has to adjust. No good. Mustangs continue outstanding defensive glass work for the Mustangs here tonight. Very few second chance points for the Indians. Jalen up close on the last attempt, and this time from long range, no good. Chinese fights for the board and able to control it out of bounds. Here come the Indians.
Yeah, Jalen thought she had a good look. She even had enough time to take a dribble and a step closer, but not able to get that one. 35-34, Indians still trailing by 1. And when you look at the scoreboard, and when I came in in the middle of the second quarter, Coach, I'll be honest, a little surprised to see how close the game was at that moment. But still very competitive game. And you look at the J Mustangs, and I've seen them a couple of times already this season. Once against a very good McCollum Cowboys team. They battled it out pretty well. But when I look at some of the teams that the Mustangs have played, I mean, that point differential is pretty big. And we already know how well athletically the Mustangs are and how well they shoot.
That's right. The last time they played, however, Bobby, it was 57-51. We streamed them from Harlandale, so the Indians played them tight last time. Claire Gutierrez, I remember a couple of shots that Claire Gutierrez took there towards the end. She was just clutch and pulled away, and the Mustangs came away with a win on the Indians' home court. Not the best news for the Mustangs. Michaela Garcia off the bench and to the training room. Earlier in the quarter, we saw her take a pretty good shot to the head, and
so they bumped heads, right?
Bumped heads, and so they're going to take a look at Michaela. So right now, the Mustangs having to go without Michaela and without Nyesha. Chinese Davis is fouled. Let's see what the foul situation here is. The Indians have 4 fouls this quarter, so the next whistle against the Indians, the Mustangs will go to the line. They'll be in the bonus for the rest of the quarter. Only 2 team fouls for Jane, so the Indians still a ways from their own bonus. Chinese a little short on the first one. There's a Chinese shuffle. And good on their second shot. 36-34, the Mustangs with the lead as we approach the 2-minute mark of the third quarter. Big game there for both teams, especially for the Indians, who are still trying to get into the playoffs. Sadie Mancha to the rack, a little bit hard off the glass, no good, and fighting for the rebound. I think Jalen Arevalo is going to be called for the last touch on that, so the Indians will inbound.
We've seen a very big effort here in this third quarter for the Indians to get in the lane and drive in and try to get those buckets inside the paint.
They were aggressive as well. That's a good call. They were aggressive like that before you showed up. Julia Barajas.
Exactly what you want to see in a shooter. The nice little dribble and the jump shot. High arc, nothing but the bottom of the net.
Count the bucket, but there was a foul on the rebound. Team foul number 5 for the Indians. So the Mustangs going to the line for this shot, and every time the Indians foul for the next minute and 33 seconds, that's Claire Gutierrez. 2 shots. No more 1-and-1, Bobby. No more 1-and-1.
That's a archaic rule. Second year, right?
Second year.
Mm-hmm.
Officials confirming that was a 2-point shot. It was a little running jumper, I believe, Julia Barajas before the foul. About a 15-footer. We'll vouch for the 2-point shot. Claire Gutierrez good on her first free throw. Claire's a 67% free throw shooter. And 100% on that attempt. Claire Gutierrez, as we mentioned earlier, the daughter of the John Jay Mustangs head football coach, Gary Gutierrez. The Indians looking for some points against a man defense, and Adelaide Gets pushed off a little bit as Revlo falls to the floor. Indians cannot take advantage of the Mustangs being -1. Sadie kicks it back out to Layla. Shanice in the passing lane. Julia will come up to meet it. Shanice Davis defending Julia Barajas. Julia feels like she can turn the corner. She's turned away. Adelaide draws Jalen Arevalo to the rack. Claire Gutierrez tries to stop her.
With 2 defenders.
Good read by Adelaide there. She drove the baseline all tied up, 38 apiece. Under a minute here in the third quarter. 5-second count. Oh my goodness. And Alicia, I don't think she realized she was getting counted. Give the turnover to credit to Layla Silva, the freshman. And a 5-second count. Well, she hung right there with her on her hip and effectively a steal. Coach Green tells Shanice to back up just a little bit on Julia. Gets a screen. Julia will kick out. Sadie from behind the arc. Long on that. Baldwin with the board. Early offense she's looking for. Baldwin looking for a shot. Arevalo gets blocked by Julia Barajas.
What a great game. Just good defense. No individual is giving up on either play. You've got defense coming from behind and making a big swat.
And a 5-second count on the inbound. So the Indians, you talk about team defense, boy, a 5-second count for a turnover. 5-second count, 5 seconds to go. Adelaide has to be reminded. Julia out to the corner, doesn't take it. Layla, hot potato at the buzzer. You're watching high school basketball on the RC Audio Sports YouTube channel. We're going to take a short break, but come back for a big fourth quarter.
Tell your friends.
You own property that begs for a solution? Tacho Tovar and GBH Real Estate Solutions is here for that. Any condition, any situation, any location. Cash payment. The experts at GBH Real Estate Solutions can handle foundation repair, total interior rough-ins, or any other property need. From start to finish, GBH Real Estate Solutions will be there to make sure the job is done right. Whether the solution is a ground-up project, total renovation, or modernization, Tacho will see it through. Call GBH Real Estate Solutions today, or visit their Facebook page to see many more examples of their fine work. Tacho is waiting to hear from you. Oh, and did we mention? Tacho buys houses.
Have I told you lately that I love what we do? Here on RC Audio Sports, another great basketball game, 38-38. Well played, well coached, very competitive, high stakes. Every Tuesday and Friday night, we look for the best game that we can stream, and we picked this one here tonight, and I think we bingoed on it.
Yeah, looking for a team that, for the Harlandale Indians that are still trying to claw their way into the playoffs against a team that has got a stronghold in the district. But when you put these two teams together, like you said, Coach, they've been pretty competitive. And what do we have? A tie ball game here in the fourth quarter.
Sadie in the passing lane. She doesn't have numbers, but she's convinced she can go, and she does. Oh, a one shot. Sadie 1 on 2. And when Sadie makes up her mind, boy, you just can't doubt her. She's got some very good judgment. That time she went undermanned, if you will, with a disadvantage, but she had her sights on the basket, not to be denied. In the game for the Indians, Natalia Montenegro, number 25. Sadie Mancha a 3 the hard way, the old-fashioned way, and a 3-point lead for the Indians early in the fourth quarter. Adelaide on Jalen. Jalen gets to the basket, off the window and good. Boy, Jalen has got that little left-handed layup, left-handed running jumper down. Jalen Arevalo, 6 points. Julia, baseline, 360, glass, rim, no good. Shanice with the board. Not many second chances for the Indians here tonight. The Mustangs just doing a great job on the defensive boards. Jalen will cross. She's going to go use that left. She gets fouled. On the shot, the official says, so 2 shots coming. Jalen Arevalo, let's see what her free throw percentage is 60% free throw shooter. Boy, these teams have got some shooters. 76%, 60%, 71%, 62%, 67%, 75%. Emory Baldwin with 78% at the free throw line. Jalen will miss that one.
Yeah, you talk about the shooters coach, and from the very first games that we were able to put together here on RC Audio Sports, we saw just a great athleticism, and not only that is how about these teams play team basketball together?
Just some great basketball in San Antonio in the 28-5A, which is our scope. Oh my goodness, Jalen Arevalo gets her hand in the passing lane. She comes up with it and tries to put it, loses her footing. And
she tried to do a good little drop step and spin, but like you said, Coach, lost her footing and came out.
Well, I would not have been at all surprised if she had found a way to get that one in the bucket. She's nails once she gets to that left hand, left side of the paint. Sadie draws Shanice. Shanice will kick out. Adelaide go to the rack, and she gets stripped. Jalen Arevalo again with the steal. She looks around, doesn't want to get the ball poked from someone coming up from behind. Shanice through the legs, back over to Analicia Rosa. Rosa will reset for the Mustangs. Hands off to Emery. Emery's had some big threes. There's Claire. She can hit the three as well. In and out, no good. Camila Sosa with the board up ahead to Julia. Julia is going to take it herself. Running jumper, good. Barajas with Shanice right in her face. Barajas nails that one. 43-41 is the score.
Barajas with a really great shot. She's had a couple of good jumpers here this quarter. Gets the Indians back on top.
Claire again fixes it in her hands. Nothing but nylon for Gutierrez. She was clutch in the first game. Hit some big shots going down the stretch. Sadie, free throw line, long, no good. Emery has a hard time with it. Montenegro out to Camila. Sadie's going to take that herself. That looks long. And Adelaide with one of the few. Oops.
Indians just really fighting really hard there for those offensive boards, and they've got 3 of them on that trip to the basket this time.
And they're few and far between. They got 3 this last time, as you said, fighting hard for them. But boy, that offensive board has been tough to come by for the Indians this entire game. Camila out to Sadie. Sadie puts it on the floor, kicks out to Julia. Julia right back into the paint. Another running jumper short. Claire with the board. She's looking for some early offense. She's got Baldwin on the left corner. She's hit that one before. She hits it again.
Oh, back to back. She is definitely feeling it. Claire Gutierrez forcing a timeout here.
We'll give you another look at that. We're bringing you 28-5A girls basketball from the Paul Taylor Gym. We'll be right back.
See me shine, 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 shine. Walking on beams of a light, 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 light.
And we bring you back live to the Paul Taylor Gymnasium here, a sports venue of the Northside ISD. The John Jay Mustangs have just taken a 4-point lead off of an Emery Baldwin 3. She's got 3 threes here in the second half. Claire Gutierrez almost in the passing in there. Julia to the lane, off the glass, too hard, no good. The Mustangs come up with it. There's Arevalo. She draws Adelaide. Rios on defense, back out to Rosa. Shanice, head fake to the basket, glass, basket for Shanice.
Mustangs now really kind of separated themselves here, converting on some takeaways. And of course, a lot of help from those Gutierrez threes just moments ago.
Shanice Davis on the defense will get that to bounce off of Mancha's leg there. So good defense, no shot. And Mustangs will walk it up by 6. This might be the biggest lead of the game so far. Officials, we got a timeout on the floor. A little confusion about who I think Coach Green called a timeout before this happened right here in front of the scorers table. We'll get it figured out for you. We'll be right back.
Once in a lifetime, we stand in the spotlight. The world waits on our next move. Got the keys to the kingdom, tasting the freedom. So what are we gonna do? Nothing's gonna stop us. Nothing's gonna bring us down.
A little confusion on who that ball went out on, but the official standing right in front of Coach Green said that Coach Green called the timeout before that ever happened. So the Mustangs will retain possession. Revelo into the lane, that left hand, no good this time. Baldwin tries to tie up the ball and is going to get called for a foul here. That is only the second. That's a 4th foul for Emery Baldwin, but only the second team foul for the Mustangs this half as we approach the 3.5-minute mark.
Well, the Indians really gonna have to start converting here on some points.
Sadie too hard, and here come the Mustangs up by 6. We'll see what kind of urgency they have with a 6-point lead. Baldwin draws Barajas on defense, and Barajas trying to direct her teammates over, close the gaps. Shanice into the lane, post back, up and over glass, and good. Shanice Davis.
That inside-out game has really worked really well for the John Jay Mustangs. That inside the paint presence, the ability to hit the shots behind the arc is how the Mustangs have separated themselves, where it was a very close game just a few moments ago between these two teams.
Well, a great defense. Bobby, taking you back to last Friday, Harlandale boys at Southwest, it was the defense that made the difference in the third quarter. And I think we're seeing the same thing here. The Indians really are having a hard time getting a good shot off. And it's the defense that has really made the difference here down the stretch. The Indians are going to have to figure out a way to separate themselves from this man defense. The Mustangs been in a man defense all the second half, and boy, really tied the Indians offense up.
Yeah, and even when the Indians were able to come up with a couple of turnovers, make some defensive stops, they were not able to capitalize on the other end. But still, plenty of time in this game. 3 minutes to go.
Lots
3
of
minutes
time.
to go, yeah.
6 minutes, 6 points, and 3 minutes to go. Julia will go shoulder to shoulder with Shanice, and I think that is the Indians' 5th foul. So the Indians will send Shanice Davis to the line. Nope, second team foul. I beg your pardon. Second team foul. Looking at the timeout mark there. Claire Gutierrez from behind the arc, long, and Baldwin with a big offensive board. Mustangs will get another chance. Kills her dribble over to Revelo. Shanice says, "I've got your back. Come on over." Double team. And a foul. Julia Barajas called for a foul. Fourth team foul on Julia Barajas. Baldwin has 4 fouls herself. Sends it over to Rosa. Adelaide will play defense on her. Revelo will swing it across. Adelaide again at the point. Playing point defense. Arevalo, very good ball handler. Julia comes out to double. Julia, got to watch that 5-second count. The Indians have numbers. Can they convert? Arevalo in the passing lane denies them an opportunity. And here they come. Arevalo has got Baldwin. Camila up and under good.
Off the glass in the paint once again for the Mustangs.
Julia, 360 right-handed hook, no good. The Mustangs have been gold on the defensive glass all night. Emery from Chinese. Over on Alicia. Julia Barajas with the steal. She's going to go to it. 1-on-2, take it herself. Off the glass and good. Timeout is called. Coach Mulkey has called it. We're going to stay right here, Bobby. 53-47, 6 points, 18 points for 18 points there for Julia Barajas on the running jumper teardrop there. 6-point deficit for the Indians. The timeout for the Indians. The Mustangs will bring it up. We haven't seen Michaela back on the floor. She went to the sideline and to the dressing room to be tended to after a head bump, and Coach Green has not reinserted her into the game. Claire Gutierrez, of course, that's played much of the second half.
Yeah, they took her and Barajas getting a fight for the ball. They both bumped their heads, and I think Michaela Garcia getting the worst end of that one.
Chinese will inbound. The Indians will extend their defense. Looks like a man defense with Julia. A little bit of help there. The inbounder is not being defended, so Chinese has got a good look. Looks more like a man defense in the zone here. Julia helping. Try to get into a passing lane. Nobody guarding the inbounds. 53-47, a minute, 35 seconds to play. Chinese Davis, the senior, will inbound 94 feet away from the Mustangs bucket. Arevalo to Chinese to Baldwin, back out to Arevalo, almost threw that one away. Chinese in the front court. Julia Barajas with a big time steal down to Sadie. Sadie on Arevalo, and Arevalo will defend it, bat it away.
Big
Sadie
time
Mancho,
play.
big time play. Sadie wanted the foul on that. Not going to get the call. Adelaide behind the arc, up high, short, no iron, out of bounds. Had a good look, wasn't able to convert. So.
Exactly, took the words right out of my mouth. She had a really great look, just too short on that one.
Mustangs making good use of Chinese's leaping ability. Emery Baldwin going to take another one from the three. The Indians with a big defensive board and triple team on Adelaide to see if she can come out of that.
Oh boy, yeah, that was the fact that she can just get out of that and create a foul with 3 defenders all over her was impressive enough.
Well, what a risk the Mustangs were taking. There's only 2 defenders behind that triple team, but Adelaide was just not able to find them. Contact on the floor. I don't think that one is going to be called in the act of shooting. My sight line was blocked just a little bit. That was in the act of shooting. So 2 shots at Julia Barajas at the line, down by 6. The Indians really need these buckets. Another 62% free throw shooter, 19 points for Julia tonight. Adelaide with a board. She's going to go right back up and unable to convert. That was Jalen Arevalo with the defense, and Sadie Mancha, a quick foul over here.
Yeah,
on Jalen Arevalo.
Needing to make that clock stop with those fouls, but Indians really kind of slipping away here. Still plenty of time, just a 2-possession ball game here, but these next few seconds very important.
Chinese up in front, almost loses the ball over to Analicia Rosa. Indians almost in a situation where they have to foul, but you know, with the new rule, and it's not 1-1 anymore, it's 2 shots, so that strategy is questionable at best. But I mean, it's a desperation strategy, down by 5. What are your options here? Arevalo at the line, 5-point lead for the Mustangs.
Putting the pressure on the free throw shooter.
Still a 2-possession game, and if the Indians can come up with a board here, or even if Arevalo makes it, it will still be a 2-possession game. It'll be a 3-point possession game. Arevalo makes it 6-point lead, so the Indians will need 2 threes and a stop. Adelaide. Oh my gosh, a running jumper. She gets it. A quick timeout. Coach Mulkey calls it. You're watching high school basketball on the RC Audio Sports YouTube channel. Don't go away. We got a good one.
You're gonna see me shine, 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 shine. Walking on beams of light, 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 light.
It's tax season. 210-244-5000. Bobby Mendez. 224-5000. 210-224-5000. Bobby Mendez will take your call. I've got you on quick dial. I don't have to have it memorized.
Yeah.
Shanice able to inbound, and quick foul there. Layla Silva will foul Shanice. Not a whole lot of good options here wearing white. Shanice is a 60-plus free throw shooter. Fun fact, I think we've said a couple of times, Shanice, the daughter of Jeff Davis, who was on a state champion John Jay team. He probably had a few key free throws himself in his career.
Can't imagine those talks when you're talking to your dad and he has to tell you about him being a state champion for the very same school you went to.
He's got some dad cred, right?
Yeah.
And how you know, what a proud family that must be. Your daughter going to your alma mater and shining as well. 6-point lead, 16 seconds. The Indians in desperation mode. Barajas gets it into Mancha. Mancha off the glass, no good. Big board. Shanice will come out of traffic. And Sadie with a quick foul right there again. So the Mustangs, who have already clinched a playoff spot, will stay hot in their race with MacArthur. We don't have a score from Southside. If you know that score and want to tell us in the chat box, this was an 8 o'clock game, so a lot of those all those 6 o'clock games probably have already finished. Chinese, nothing but nylon. Off on the second shot, the Indians trailing by 7. Sadie to Barajas, long 3 off the window will count. 57-53 will be the final score here. John Jay Mustangs victorious. Bobby, I'm gonna hand it off to you as we go get a picture of our player of the game tonight. Tonight, that's gonna be Emery Baldwin, number 31 of John Jay.
Congratulations to Emery Baldwin with 17 points this evening. Had a few 3-pointers and a great overall effort. And you can maybe see Coach probably pop into the picture. There he is on the right side as he is going to get that photo for our RC Audio Sports social media, which is a quick reminder to please follow us, of course, here on YouTube. of course, we appreciate that you would subscribe to our channel. And then we'd also ask for you to subscribe to our Instagram, X, and Facebook. But that's going to do it for tonight. We thank you for joining us on this late night broadcast here on a Tuesday night. And there is Emery now getting her photo for our social media. So congratulations to her. Congratulations to her for the great accomplishment. And she approves? No, she doesn't. She's going to retake one more. There it is.